All right, so for the last couple of days we spoke about a few items that I take with me on my rides. Good evening or good day. Sitting outside the house here and thinking about the next item we're going to be talking about. And that would have to be gloves before we get to the jacket and the helmet. Always leaving the best for last. Gloves, you mainly get two types of gloves made of two different types of fabric. One would have to be a full-on leather glove, and then you get them in all different types of riding styles. This is a short type sport glove, and then you get the full gauntlet one for you guys use for racing. You even get the full gauntlet one made of fabric that you can wear for touring. You also get winter gloves that's made of a certain type of fabric or for leather. So it really is a personal preference. In my book, a leather glove is much stronger than a fabric glove. So, and also it depends on your type of riding style or bike that you ride. You're not going to wear a sport glove when you ride a cruiser, for instance. So these are my old gloves that I used to wear when I was riding sport bikes, like ones and fire blades and so on. Mainly given that up now, I'm more on to adventure bikes like you've seen, and for that I wear a technical glove. I call it a technical glove because it sits comfortable on my hand. It's short, just over the wrist. There's no need for me to go full gauntlet if I need to be technical. I don't want my wrist to be so tied up with straps that I can't maneuver my wrist properly. So for me, just over the wrist is more than enough. The jacket gets over that if it has to, so that's not important for me. What is important on gloves when I select gloves is obviously number one, comfort. Number two is protection. All right, and you can see on the sport glove, it's got major reinforcement on the palm of the hand, carbon fiber insert here, padding there, padding on the side of the pinky, even on the palm of the hand. There's padded or padded inserts sewn into the leather. On the top you have major carbon fiber knuckle protection, and again padded and protection on the fingers. And the fingers are very important. I mean, the bones in your fingers are like the bones in your toes. If they break, I mean, I haven't gone that way where you have to get metal inserted or pins inserted in my hands. Thank God for that. But you can't compromise on gloves. Folks who ride with these fingerless gloves, fair enough, it's your milkshake, you have to drink it. But they have little holes punched in the top and a strap over the top. So when you ride in the sun, first of all, you get a very funny tan. I'm sure you know about those. But if you come off, or when you come off, your fingers are exposed. And really, that's in my book. I've never worn those things. It's not a glove. It's to use it in the gym if you want to. But for me, it's simply not a glove. It's the same thing as when you wear those gloves. The same thing as you're wearing a jacket with shorts and slops to go for a ride. It's like halfway. It's not all the way there yet. It's just halfway. I simply will not compromise on that. If skin is exposed, I have to cover it. So these are the gloves as far as leather is concerned. On the fabric side, this is abrasion resistant fabric. Again, with knuckle protection insert into the top of the hand, and not much protection on the top. There's some padding inserts on the top here that helps with protection when you do come off. On the inside though is important again. On the inside, it's leather. Leather is a much stronger resistance to abrasion than any other type of thing that I know at this stage, apart from ballistic nylon and Kevlar and so on. But it also has a padding on the inside here, right there where your hand is here. When you're on your throttle, right there. Because if you don't have that padding there, after a couple of minutes, you'll have pins and needles, your hand will go numb, and you can't feel things anymore. So for me, it's important to have, although it's fabric, or even get the mesh type glove that's fabric mesh on the top, for ventilation on your hand, but on the inside it must have leather. The inserts is very important for me as well, for impact, but more for comfort on the grips if you go long distance riding. The other thing is your touring gloves. Like I said, comes full gauntlet. It's got extra fabric on the inside to keep your hands nice and warm during winter, or you can just go for a full gauntlet type touring glove, full leather for that matter, and whatever you feel is comfortable for you. One thing you need to watch out for when you buy gloves, on the tip of the fingers, sometimes when they bring those panels together, when they manufacture the glove, the sewing ends at the tip of the finger and it crosses like this. And now when you buy your gloves and it's too short, just too small, in other words, when you put your hand into the glove, the inside of the finger stops about there. That means your finger's right to the tip of that, and where that fabric crosses on the inside, it creates after a while, when you stop, your fingertips are so sensitive because of the constant gnawing of that fabric cross on the inside of your glove fingers. So make sure that your gloves fit perfectly. Don't just fit the glove straight forward into your hand when you go shopping for a glove. Don't think, okay, this is good for me, it fits me. No, feel in between the fingers and also watch how the glove folds in your hand. If the glove pops up like a bubble like this, it's not the right size. It needs to fold nicely on the inside of your hand. And feel the tip of the fingers. There must be some room. So similar to when you're buying shoes. You don't buy the shoe where your toe is touching the front. There must be some room. So, because when you bend your hand over the throttle, your fingers and the glove, they pull back onto your finger, and your fingertips are then actually touching the front of the glove. And after a while, like I said, that fabric crossing on the front of the tip of the finger starts gnawing at your fingertips. These gloves, these are Nexo sport gloves. I specifically looked that the fingers are not that way, where the fabric, they have 3 or 4 panels that come together and they cross like this on the front. Even these technical Alpine Star gloves that I wear when I ride adventure, the same thing. The fabric, there's no fabric coming together at the tip of the finger and it's being sewn into a cross like that. So watch out for that. You'll know what I'm talking about if you buy a glove like that and your fingertips are so sensitive because of that gnawing. So when you go and you buy gloves, make sure that the glove fits comfortably. You know, it fits comfortably on your hand. I like a glove like this, really. It gives me protection everywhere I need on my palm. It's comfortable. I don't get pins and needles after 15-20 minutes of riding, and there's padding on the inside. Really comfortable. But look for the padding specifically on this side of your hand or the inside where you rest on your grips, because that's there for comfort on the grips, that you don't get pins and needles. It really helps with as far as comfort is concerned. All right, that's about it, friends. Gloves, take your time when you buy them. If you don't ride with gloves, nothing else I can say to you. You have the information, it's your choice. But as for me and my family, when we ride, we make sure that we don't compromise on safety gear. We're not willing to take a chance or push the envelope or anything like that. We make sure that we cover those hands. And as far as price are concerned, there are gloves out there. I'll put some links in the description of this video where you can have a look at some gloves. But go to your local dealer and go try on those gloves just like you would with a pair of shoes. And find the ones that's really comfortable for you, for the type of ride that you do or for the type of bike that you ride, and so on. That's all I have to say about gloves. These are my gloves. I ride with these gloves almost every day, or every time I go for a ride, I ride with these. My winter gloves I gave away a long time ago because we don't really experience winter here in KZN, and if it's really that cold, sometimes I make the choice not to go for a ride, especially when it's snowing, or I can expect black ice on Midlands, Meander, or into the Free States. I try and avoid places like that during heavy winter. All right, that's it for now. Again, thank you for watching and tuning in. I hope the other videos have been informative for you. I hope this one also helped you a little bit. The next one will be talking about my jacket or jackets, and the last one for this week would be on my helmets. And yeah, then we're off to a new series next week. I'm not sure what that might be. You guys can maybe think about something else you'd like me to cover in a discussion series like this for next week. So comment below, please. Get guys to participate. I really love your input. That's the whole idea about this. But again, thanks for tuning in, and have a great time with your family. Again, try and flatten this curve together. Stay safe. Cheers.